Hey, what is going on, guys? Mark here. Today we got something to install on the Tesla here. I'm going to help you guys get through it and tell you all about it. We ordered this spoiler actually, right here, from RPM Tesla. It's the carbon fiber gloss. This is one that you get there, I think it was around $260 or something along those lines right there. But this is a carbon fiber one that mimics or looks almost identical to the original Tesla performance spoiler. So we got this one here. We did order it back in May, and it is like August 8th, I think it is today. That's when we got the spoiler in. So if you do want one of these, you're gonna have to order them ahead of time. And I actually ordered it before I got my car, about a month before I got my car, just so I would have it in hand here. So as you guys can see what it looks like, it's one single strip of adhesive that comes through here. In the box, there was no instructions on it, so that's gonna be the hard thing is, I'm gonna give you guys some tips on how to install this here. I'm not a body installer, but I'm just trying to eliminate some process of getting this lined up and came up with an easy solution that you might appreciate. So let's get started on that. We're gonna get this guy put in here, and there's no reference point on the spoiler to center it up, so you're gonna have to use your taillights. Let's take a look. All right, so once you get your car kind of organized and figure out what you're gonna be doing here, there's a couple things you're gonna need. I recommend having some blue painter's tape, this little piece of paper, any type of piece of paper, just fold it up 5 or 6 times so that you make a good wedge like this. And when you do fold that up, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the sharp edge of it and just stick it right in to the light right there so that it just kind of makes a reference up here. If you try to put some masking tape on here, you might get wrong if you kind of torque it down too much. And then the other area, you're gonna do the same thing over here. This way it'll give you just a good, nice alignment on how to get this installed here. And now we're gonna prep the surface to make sure it's nice and clean. Definitely recommend having a microfiber cloth. You're just gonna clean the surface right here, and then that's gonna get any dirt and debris away. But what I'm gonna do after that is I'm just gonna prep it with some regular rubbing alcohol. So I'm gonna do just the edge there and remove any wax and contaminants that might happen, especially on the edges. So the way that tape looks like it goes on is just right on this edge right here in this lip. So there's not much that you're gonna be able to adhere to. So I wanna make sure this is perfectly clean, free of all the wax. And there are some other solutions here that you can use besides just rubbing alcohol, but the one that I know that would work well is just plain old alcohol like that. All right, once I got that surface nice and clean, what I want to make sure we do is we're gonna put our pieces of paper in there, and this terry cloth is extremely clean right here, so I'm gonna go back through and just wipe anything else away, and you should feel a significant difference once you clean it with alcohol. There's, you know, the wax is gone. I don't feel much of anything except for some friction when I'm trying to wipe this down. So next thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to line this up and guesstimate where it's going, and this is where this is gonna help you. These two pieces of paper that are sticking up here, if you have it on right, it'll fit right in there. As you can see, I have it upside down. So what you want to do is make sure that, that when you lay it out, it lays out just nice and easy. It should almost snap into place when you're putting it in. Now what I want to do here is I want to align this so that I have basically an equidistance. I'm going to bring these pieces of paper up so that it touches the spoiler, and basically it's drawing a line straight up through there. I got about 1/2 inch there. I've got about 1/2 inch there. So what I want to do is I want to tape this down, get this just right here so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. So we've got this tape down. You can see I've got just about 1/2 inch right in there on that side, and then we're going to work our way down over to this side over here. We got a little bit more on this side, so what I want to do is I'm going to lift up and just push it over ever so slightly, about right there. So now you can see we have about that much right there. And we'll work our way back, double check it over here. Looks pretty clean and close to me, so I'm going to just secure this tape down one more time. Give it a good push and make sure that it is nice and solid on there. You can see it's a little bit spongy right through here. So what we're going to do when we get this installed, we're going to put a little bit extra tape right here and pull that in so that it stays nice and adhered. There we go, last one. All right, we're gonna get back on here. We're gonna actually pull this tab out. You're gonna leave this tab just like it is and then work it out as it's on there, because, you know, get it in place first and then do that. So if you do need to make any minor adjustments, do it now before you get everything secured on there. So, all right, we're gonna get ready and pull this off of here and install it up. Now this is gonna be the hardest part for most of you guys if you have any trouble with doing anything like this. So I wanna bring this tape out because I'm gonna be working on it right here. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna literally just pull a little tiny bit, nothing crazy. You don't wanna yank this off of here and break it like that, and then you're stuck with it half on, half off. So you'll pull it out just a little bit. You're gonna pull the spoiler out, and that's gonna assist you. Once you get past that tape there, let's go ahead and tape that down. We'll give that a nice push, and we're gonna tape this right in here just like that. Get that edge nice and tight in there, and I'm gonna do the corner as well right in here. I just wanna make sure we don't have any issues with this peeling up. So we've got that. Now we're gonna pull up just a little bit, and if you push down on this as you're pulling this out, you'll end up breaking it like you saw that I did there. So you wanna pull away just a little bit, and then as you get past the area you're working, you can literally just push back in. So we're gonna go about halfway here. We've got another spot. We're gonna kind of attach this on. That looks good. And keep on working down. Now this is the area that I was talking about where we're gonna have a little bit of trouble with it because it's a little bit spongy. So what I wanna do is I'm gonna get to this point, I'm gonna give it a nice solid secure push. Now remember, there's no instructions with this, so I'm winging it. I don't know how to install these things. I'm just doing it based off of what I've known in the past to do with either decals or something along those lines. So I'm giving it a nice push right here. I'm gonna pause, put this piece on here, and then down underneath, we'll put it right there, and then we'll push in, snag it. And this is painter's tape. This should be relatively harmless to the surface that you have here as long as you have a clean area to work with. All right, we're gonna do another one here. And what I'm trying to do is make sure that I pull into the car like this. So I'm attaching it down low. We're not kind of putting it down here. I wanna push it right into the car. And we're gonna work on just a little bit more. Pull this out. And as you see, when you get to start pulling this thing, when you're pulling the spoiler away, it gets really helpful when you do pull the spoiler out just the tiniest bit there. All right, good push down here. We're gonna just make sure everything's nice and snug still. It still is. A little bit of squeaking right here because it's not fully adhered. And as I was mentioning, you wanna pull this out just the tiniest bit, and watch how easy it is. You just little tiny pulls. And we'll stop right there. Just give it a nice snug push and hold. We're pushing straight into that angle of the trunk lid itself. Put that right on. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another piece of tape. It goes right about here. Putting it right underneath there and then pulling right into the car. I wanna keep that snug, tight feeling right there. All right, everybody, we had a camera stop on us there, so I wanted to show you guys what happened here. So once I got right about here, the little red tape covering broke right here, and it left about maybe a quarter of an inch out. So what you want to do is you want to make sure if that does happen to you in this section right here when you're putting this on, is pull the spoiler out from this edge over here and just gently wiggle back and forth. It'll finally release itself and go through. And I did not do this out in the yard where it's really sunny and hot because I'm afraid that this will not stick there. So make sure you do it in a nice cool area that's moderate temperatures right there. You want to tape it down, and as I go through, I just continuously checking each one of these corners here. Now, I don't know how long you have to leave this on for. I am going to guess somewhere around like 2 to 4 hours to let this cure up here. So we're going to leave this be and let it set just like that. Clean the surface properly, put this spoiler on, align it up where it's nice and pretty there, and you guys will have no troubles getting this on. Time frame that it took from RPM Tesla was a little bit long in my book. I understand there's a high demand for them, however, communication and all that could have been a little bit better from them. We just got a blank email that said, like, we'll be shipping soon. Okay, well, how soon? I'd like to have one of these and put one on my car. Can you give me a little bit of information? Maybe they didn't know the information. Maybe their supplier was not providing them it. But all in all, we've got it installed here. So now it's going to look a lot smoother than it did before. I do like the way that looks. It's just a little tiny lip, and the carbon fiber matches the look that I have right here on the door handles as well. So if you guys want one of these here, check out the link in the description below. You can get some from other suppliers as well. I'll put the Amazon link that I have for a very similar one, and also this link here from RPM Tesla, so you guys can get one yourself. So thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, thanks for hitting that bell button, and we are going to get this guy nice and cleaned up.